Howdy folks, Texas Grebner here with Texas Grebner Outdoors. New videos every Saturday. So if you don't want to miss out on your Texas Grebner Outdoors Saturday morning cartoon awesomeness, make sure to click subscribe, check that notification box, and check my channel every Saturday for new videos. I love reading your comments and I really do appreciate all of you that watch. Lately, I've been getting a lot of questions on how I tune my rest on my compound bow, because as you can see here, all I use is a brass knocking point and an NAP flipper rest. However, you can only really get away with using a flipper rest if you're using a bow that has an axle to axle length of at least 34 inches. First of all, when you're setting up your bow, you want to set your draw stop about a ½ inch shorter than what you think that it should be. That way your back wall is right literally on your anchor point. So you settle in on your anchor point and you've got just a little bit of back tension on your bow when you get there. Now this is very simple and it uses a very old principle called the Plumb-Bob Principle. You see, if you hang this bow off of 2 nails on your main string, that arrow is going to hang directly straight down from the string. Now, the way that I actually set my knocking point is I set it by eye. Now, a lot of tuning can be done by moving the rest out just a little bit or in just a little bit, or moving the knocking point up the string and down the string. So in order to do this, you need a bow that's got at least a 34-inch axle to axle. You also need a brass knocking point, and you need an NAP flipper rest. Make sure the bow isn't touching anything so that it hangs straight down from the string from the 2 nails, and then grease your riser hole with a Q-tip with some wheel bearing grease. That way you won't strip out your riser when you're trying to thread in your rest. Now back the set bolt out all the way, take the rest apart, and thread it in from the opposite side of the riser to the arrow shelf. The way this works is the arrow is going to hang directly down from the string, and this is going to help us set the arrow to be perfectly centered. This principle was used in carpentry hundreds of years ago, and so now that I have the rest screwed in to where I think it should be, I'm going to put the arrow on the string, let it stop bouncing around, and then I'm going to make some minor adjustments by turning the rest whichever way that it needs to go in order to bring the arrow directly alongside the rest, straight down from the string. Gravity is what controls this. So now that I've got it where I want it to be and it's perfectly plumb, I'm going to turn down the set nut and then finally take the bow off and with the pliers gently snug up the set nut on the bolt, and it's just that simple. Now it's pretty rudimentary to actually set your knocking point. You just need a brass knocking point and a knocking point pliers, and based off the way your arrow's flying, you move your nock up or down the string. It's got a lot to do with experience. You'll get better at it the more you do it. Now I realize I'm not very far away, but right now I'm just checking my CenterShot for tune. Here's how you know that you're tuned. If you are able to pull it back to your anchor point and look at a spot and hit in perfect alignment up and down with that spot, even if you're a little bit high or a little bit low, you know that you're tuned. Now, personally, you could get a little bit more complicated and actually paper tune it, but I find that Plumb Bob tuning, for me, with my skill level, works just fine. But it's literally that simple. Hang the bow straight down off the main string from 2 nails. Grease your threads. Thread in your rest. And line it up so that your arrow is hanging straight down from the ground, from the string. And then tighten your set bolt. Check your tune. And check it out. Now, I don't shoot compounds very often, so it took me a little bit of time here to get back to my actual intuitive style shooting. But I'm quite happy with that. So I hope this video is helpful to you guys if you're interested in tuning up a compound bow old school style using the Plum Bob principle. Hey, listen, man, if I can figure it out, trust me, the rest of you guys shouldn't have any problems. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. As always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect our rights. Please check out my friends over at SOETacticalgear.com. Thank you very much to those of you involved in law enforcement and those of you serving in the military. And thanks for watching Texas Grebner Outdoors.